Hello, Brave Awakened Ones. This is Veronica of Higher Realm Holistics, Lady V. Thank you, supporters, subscribers, and Patreons. Please share these videos with those who you think it might resonate with. If you're interested in any of my services, books, merch, t-shirts, webinars, sessions, and higher realm magic information and meditations, please visit higherrealmholistics.com. Good morning, Brave Awakened Ones. Lady V here. We got the victory. Happy New Year. Hope everyone had a good New Year. I don't have much of a voice. Still having my sneezing fits. But I wanted to do a quick message, okay? Because I did receive a few emails. Several emails I've been receiving in the past week leading up to the new year. How do I know I've reached the gates? How do I know I've completed? That's nothing I can tell you. It's a knowing. You have to know. It's a feeling deep down inside. It's a sense of completion. It's a sense of satisfaction. Like, I know I did this and I did this correctly, and now I'm ready for higher. That's completely and totally up to you, and only you can know that. I cannot tell you that. Okay, with that being said, I wanted to share a mantra that I received this morning. I went to the beach to meditate. And this is part of the knowing that you have finished your part A. It's time for part B. Okay. And this goes for any part of your life. Don't separate this from any part of your life, any other part of your life. Knowing when you're completed. I know I have done my Sherping bit, okay, as a forerunner, okay? If you're second wave or third waver, of course, you're not doing the same thing as I am. The same thing, I'm not doing the same thing as you are. Second wavers and third wavers, you guys are there to Sherpa the way for the human collective who is waking up now, okay? And believe me, it's going to be a heck of a job. It is a lot. That's part of your job, the same way it was part of my job to serve as a Sherpa for you guys. Okay, a large part, 3/4 of it. But now, again, the tides are shifting. Okay, so, excuse me, post-nasal drip. I have to share this. I now rest easy knowing that I did the work for my desires to manifest with ease in divine timing. I now rest easy knowing that I did the work for my desires to manifest with ease in divine timing. Okay? Say it however often you want. Say it when you want, for however long you want. Okay? I'm just sharing. Okay? And also, yeah, I wanted to do this NRV. I mean, as you guys know, I've put a lot of predictions out there, right? A lot of them have come true, have come to fruition so far, and a lot have been delayed, for real. All right? The dark ones are fighting tooth and nail. Do I take back anything I said? Absolutely not, because I know they're going to come to fruition. Let's hit on this. Okay, I'm going to play this first. I did this back in August of 2019. These older deep staters and several more. Yeah, there's two. That's right. I almost forgot because I didn't really want to talk about it. Okay, first we're going to talk about the whole pancreatic cancer thing. That is like the deep state out. We know one of the Koch brothers, who I always knew since I was a child, was the deepest of demons, okay? One of the Koch brothers dropped out of pancreatic cancer. And now Ruth Gator Ginsburg, whatever, RGB, she's dealing with a pancreatic cancer now. If you look back, that is their out. Now, as someone who's worked in intensive care for over a decade, okay, I dealt with a lot of pancreatic cancer patients, and I also was a director of one of the largest manufacturers, pharmacies that made IVs and chemotherapies for the East Coast. I was director, okay? And pancreatic cancer is for 1 year survival rate is 20% for pancreatic cancer, and for 5 year survival rate is only 5%. Okay, so they picked the deadliest cancer. That's what they did. Okay, that's all they did. They picked the deadliest cancer to say, ooh, late stage, because when it's late stage, or they say, oh, it's one of they always say late stage. That's when they always announce it, because then that person's going to die soon. Because, yes, I've seen people cured of pancreatic cancer, but the only way I've seen them cured of pancreatic cancer is when they do it holistically. That's the only way I've seen people cured of pancreatic cancer. They could do integrative. They could do the chemo, which y'all know how I feel about chemo, and do the holistic, the natural route, the combo, and I've seen them. It takes longer for them to get better, and they go through a hell of a lot more shit to get better, but they still get better, they still heal. But, if they do, because of course they're never going to say these people did anything else but the conventional BS of curing their cancer, or holding it off. Like they said, Coke held it off for 27 years, and then all of a sudden he dropped out of pancreatic cancer, and, RGB held it off, and now she's doing this for pancreatic cancer, and it's late stage. So, they've been gone. And they're out. And a lot of them are going to have late stage pancreatic cancer. Okay. So that's the deep state out. Pancreatic cancer, because they know the death rate is high, and they know people aren't going to question pancreatic cancer. With that being said, who do we have here? Civil rights leader Rep. John Lewis diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. What type of cancer? Pancreatic cancer. Okay. And yeah, guys, I did know when it first was announced. I just didn't feel like talking about it because, quite frankly, I really admired this man. I really did. I sincerely admired him. I own the movie, the Selma movie. I cried my eyes out when he was beaten going over that bridge, marching for the civil rights. He was a kid. He was a very young man, early 20s, late teens. Bloody Sunday. Just talking about it. I own the movie Selma. So this was a rough one for me. I'm still tearing up. It was a rough one. Did I know in advance? I knew. Even though I knew, it was still very difficult for me to digest. I was hoping, I still had some sort of hope. I still was having some sort of hope. So even though I'm a forerunner and I'm feeling this way, could you imagine what a normie will feel like? It's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. So as light workers, you have to be there for your friends and family and those who approach you to, and I know I still have to be there too for my normie friends, for my muggles also. I still have to do that too. We all still have to be there for them. So it's going to be, jagged pills to swallow. It really is. So with that being said, Happy New Year. Welcome to 2020. This decade is going to be fierce and awesome. And those who've, again, like I said, if you're asking the question, did I make it through this gate? This gate is still open. There's still time to make it. Like I said, it'll be rougher as we go along, because as the human collective wakes up, as stuff starts imploding, which is, the implosion is also going to go on simultaneously as the rewards. Come January 12th, 13th, Saturn and Pluto meet in Capricorn. Okay. Everything that you've been working on for the past, since you started your ascension, okay? Now rest with ease that it's manifesting in divine timing. You've already seen signs of it. I've seen signs of it, okay? And you don't even have to be a light worker for that to happen. Just as long as you surrendered, like like my office, my new office. I knew I had to give up the old. And it's so funny. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, your office was so beautiful. It's a shame." I was like, "Stop saying that. I don't care that I gave it up. I was told to give it up, and I don't delay. I jump on it." Okay. I've been around as a light worker long enough to know this. I jump on it. I don't argue. Okay, when it comes to stuff like that, releasing things. So I knew when the time came, at the right time, I'd receive my level up, which I did, right? Sitting there, furnished already, rent free. Okay. And I know January, a lot of stuff is just going to start manifesting. All this stuff you've been working on so hard since you started your ascension, this is it. This is it. This is it, y'all. Okay. But also the implosion is going to start happening too. Even my sister, who's been, you guys know, a while ago, back in October, I got her a new place. It was a lot. She had to hand in paperwork and stuff like that, but she kept delaying it because she wanted a bigger place. But finally, she was like, okay, handed in the paperwork, and now she's going to get her keys just in time this week. And my muggle friend with her business, the minute she decided, okay, she finally learned the lesson, that some people just can't go up with you, and let her go of her husband. The next day, what did she do? She heard from the Department of Health. After a year and a half of constant fighting, everything, I'm like, I'm telling you, God's throwing up blockages in your way. So that's what it takes. That total surrender. And you don't have to be a light worker. You don't have to be a forerunner for that to happen, for things just to click right there, the minute you surrender. Okay, so it's about living in a state of surrender and knowing you put in the work in the ethereal. You put in that work. As light warriors, our very physical bodies served as these instruments to ground in this higher energy. We did it. That's what I mean. We did it. I know I did it. Right? My body is burnt out. It's like a tire that's been doing figure eights. It's like worn out. Okay, from grounding in the energy. We completed that. That is rest knowing that we completed that. Those who joined in with all those, with all those meditation circles we did, grounding in that energy, we did it. We grounded in the higher energy for the actual collective to awaken. All right. So that's a huge thing. So you got that on the collective, then you have your personal end. Know what you did for your personal end. Rest in knowing that you're completed it. And now it's just like lean back. Like I got my keys, I got my furniture. Okay. Now, all right. I know I have binders and binders full of things that I know I've been working on in the ethereal and evolving and developing myself to be able to deliver on all of those things. Okay. So Lady V out. Have a happy new year. I'm headed over to my Muggle BFF's house and we're going to have ourselves some soup jomu. This is squash soup because New Year's, January 1st is when Haitians celebrate Independence Day because y'all know we're the ones who kicked ass when it comes to slavery. All right. So gonna go have me some soup. All right. Have a great day. Love you guys. We got the victory. We got this. Talk to you guys later. Bye.